Hey, what's up, you guys? Today we're gonna be working on a Toyota pickup, and we're gonna be doing the oil change and a couple other things. So we already got him on these plastic ramps, and we're gonna get underneath, drain the oil. I'm gonna show you guys. What we're gonna do to it. So it just hit 170,000 miles. We're gonna do the valve cover gasket. We're gonna do the intake air filter. We're gonna do the fuel filter. We're also gonna do cap and the rotor. We're gonna do new spark plugs. The spark plug wires are brand new, so we're not gonna touch those. We're gonna do all 3 belts because this one does have power steering and AC. So those are the other 2 that, besides the one that drives the water pump and all that. And we're gonna do the throttle body. I don't think we're gonna be done with everything today, but we are waiting on the what is it, like adjuster screw from LCE Engineering, and we also got a throttle body rebuild kit from them. So we're waiting on that, and the new drain plug for the oil pan, and we're gonna do the oil pan gasket because it is leaking a bit. So we're gonna get to all that right now. We're gonna start off by draining the oil and then we're gonna see what has to be removed. Oh, by the way, this is the 2.4, the fuel injection. So this is the reason we're doing the valve cover and all that. And I mean, the head was redone, I think, because it looks super clean right there. You can see the cables are new. So, but we did check the intake filter, and that's dirty. And what else? These belts look pretty old, so that's why we decided to do all that. So let's start off from underneath, and then we'll work our way up, you know, to all this right here. For this drain plug, it's a 14 millimeter. I'm gonna break that loose. And then since this oil pan has to come off for the oil pan gasket, we're pretty sure it's pretty dirty, super dirty actually. This thing has to be removed in order for the oil pan to drop, and also the steering, the drag link, and the stabilizer. So we're gonna get to that next. And there's a bolt right there that I seen from the top the other day. I don't know if it has to be backed off all the way as it is. So if anyone knows what that's for, let me know. So gonna let this drain, and then we're gonna start off by removing this, I think, before we do the drag link. It has 4 bolts. It has 2 right here and then 2 right here. And you can see there's like oil all over the place down here. So I'm gonna wipe some of it off so it won't get all over the place, and then we'll get to this. Okay, so I got to these bolts. Well, there's 2 nuts in the back. They're 14, and they weren't even that tight. So we're gonna pull those out and get these bolts out and remove the little piece. Pretty sure it just slides down. Okay, we got that out. We're gonna spray it and clean it up right now with some degreaser. And then this what is it, like this little shield right here, we have to remove it as well, just so we won't have anything in the way, and we could, you know, put the oil pan in. So these are size 12s, and there's 4 of them. There's one here, one here, one here, and another one there. So that's gonna have to come off. Okay, so we're kind of looking up here, trying to see where the leak is coming from, and it kind of looks like it's coming from the power steering pump right there. There's a big drip right there, and there's nothing else that is wet further up. So we're thinking it's the power steering pump. We haven't really checked the reservoir, see if it's low on fluid. But either way, I don't think this oil pan gasket has been replaced, so That's why we're doing this. So next, I think it's gonna be this stabilizer, whatever you call this, and this drag link. I just don't know where to disconnect it from yet. I'm gonna start off with this one, I guess. Once this is removed, then we just have this one, but this one's connected in a couple of places, so we might do it from here and from there. Oh, let's see. All right, so we're done pulling this off, and there was just 3 bolts, 3 14mm bolts. You have to get a wrench or something back here to hold the nuts on this side. So it's 3 bolts, and then that frees up some space, which we're gonna try to remove the oil pan like this. We also remove this. This is a 12mm bolt, 12mm nut, my bad. And then if this doesn't work, then we're gonna have to remove it from either from here or from here. So let's hope that this works. But let me get to all these bolts and drop down the oil pan, see what happens. Okay, so we just got done cleaning the engine, the side of the engine. We just scraped it down with the blade, and we're gonna run down to AutoZone to pick up some oil and some brake cleaner to spray everything down once again. It's a lot of the trash that came out, and the old gaskets right here. So we're gonna spray these down as well for now, so by the time we come back from the store, we could rinse them. And we're also gonna spray the oil pan. So I'll put you guys back on once we put the gasket, and we also have to scrape that. We just got back from AutoZone, and this is what we picked up. Some 1030 Mobile 1. Then we got the Toyota oil filter. This is what's supposedly supposed to go on here. And then we got some gasket maker for the oil pan. And we got 2 brake cleaners. So I'm gonna finish cleaning up the oil pan right now, and then put the gasket and some gasket maker, and then we'll slide in the oil pan. I'll try to show you guys that part, but let me see if I can fit the tripod underneath the truck. All right, so this is what we got done so far. We hit it with the wire wheel just because they have like a little dip right here, and it was gonna take forever. We went at it with the little blade. We just did the wire wheel on the drill and went all around and knocked it all out. And there's like no grooves or anything, so it's cool. We're gonna put our TV on this side either way, so we're gonna put a bead and then put the cork gasket, and we try to clean the inside as much as possible. And then on the back side, we cleaned it up, we wiped it down, sprayed some brake cleaner on the rag, and then just wiped it down. And we're gonna test fit the new bolt, and then I'm gonna show you guys the bolts for the oil pan. So we just put them in this little cup, and we've been moving them around to loosen up all the old gasket and grease. This is acetone. We usually use gasoline, but we don't have any right now, so I just put them in acetone, clean them up, and it's been working pretty good. So I'm gonna get these out, and I'm gonna clean them all up, and then we'll throw on the oil pan gasket. So we just put on a quick little bead for our TV all around, and we actually test fitted the gasket before we did this. So now we're gonna put that on here, and then do another thin bead of our TV on that, and then it should be ready to go on. We also put the new bolt, if you can see it right there, and it fit perfect, so we're good with that. So I'm gonna get to doing this real quick, and then I'll show you guys once it's on the car. All right, so it's kind of dark, but the oil pan is in, and I just basically just turned it until I couldn't with one hand, and I didn't like crank it super hard or anything because I had a long extension to the bolt, so I just did it in crisscross pattern. And now, before we put all this stuff, I'm gonna get into the oil filter to get that one out and put the new one in, and then we'll be able to put some oil in this. We put the oil in, so now we're gonna replace the air filter. it has these clips, 4 clips all around. This one's from underneath. And you lift it, and then the filter should come right out. It's really dirty. So we got the wicks. I'll show you guys right now. This is the wicks, and this is the part number. So we're gonna throw that in here, and then connect. We'll put the clips back, and then that's it. Now we're gonna do the spark plugs, and these are the ones that we went with, the V-Power NGK. I think they come pre-gapped. They should be like at 35. And we're gonna use this socket. It's a 1316. So let me put you guys on a tripod, and then the spark plug wires are actually, they seem new, so we're gonna leave those on there. So these are the ones that came off, and they don't look that old. They're actually new, I think. We're gonna put these are the same ones as these, NGKR, BPR5EY. So I'm gonna start putting these in, and then we're gonna move over to the cap and rotor. For the cap and rotor, this is the cap that we're going with from Bosch, 03168. And this is the rotor, 04134. So it only has 2 little screws. It's a Phillips head, or like an 8mm probably. So we're gonna remove that and then put the wires back how they are on here. So there's a 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then we'll show you if there's any complications. This is the difference between the rotors. I don't know if there's gonna be an issue or not, but I don't know if you guys can see in there, the little metal contact is back here, and on this one it's up top. So let's see if there's anything that could go wrong with this. And there's no brand on this, so we don't know what it is. And then the cap, there's also no brand on this one. This one says made. This one on the side, it says Bosch, and it says made in Japan. This one has no brand. This one comes with new screws, so you don't have to reuse those. But then again, all these parts we're gonna keep them as spares, because we know that the truck is running when removed. So just in case. So we're gonna, I think, put the cap on first, just so the wires won't be on the way. And then yeah, just plug everything back on. We're on the passenger side, and we're gonna start pulling off the wheel. So we can get to a fuel filter. Well, I'm gonna check to see if we could even access the fuel filter from here, because it's under the intake manifold, and it's kind of tight from over there. So we're gonna see if we can do it from here, either from here or from underneath. And this is the fuel filter that we got from Bosch, 77065WS. It comes the fuel filter, little end caps, and some washers. It comes with 4 of these. There's another little bag in here. So take off this wheel and see what needs to be removed. Alright, so we removed this, and it has some clips which they all broke because we didn't know we could get them from the inside. Just squeeze this and pull them out. So we're gonna get some new clips, but there was one here, a couple of them across here, and it's just like a, kind of seems like a rubber piece. And this is what we need to get to, that fuel filter right here. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to reach through here. First we're gonna loosen the fuel lines and then remove the actual filter. I'm also gonna try to get it from the top just in case, but I think we should be all right from here. Let me see what size those are, and then we'll start removing them. I took off the gas cap just to get rid of the pressure, and there was some gas coming out from here. It's like a decent amount. So it was a 17 millimeter. I used the wrench to get to this bolt. So this is what comes out. I have to remove this washer, the old washer that's on here. Replace that, and I heard the other washer fall, so get this out of the way for now. Now I have to get to that one right there. It's kind of tricky because it's tight in here. So let me try to get to that real quick, and then we'll see what size we need to remove the actual filter from the engine block. This is the one that we got out. There's two 13 millimeter bolts, one on top and one on the bottom. So just make sure you put it the right way. This is the side where the fuel goes in, and this is the side where it comes out. So it has to go like this. And then on the new one, same thing. So it's, on this one it says flow. I don't know if this is the original one. It doesn't look that old, but I don't know. So first we're gonna bolt this up, and then we're gonna connect the lines. So the lines are 17 millimeters, the bolts are 13 millimeters. Let me get to that real quick, and then we'll prime the truck and see if it turns on. We got the lines on and the filter mounted. So we're gonna prime the truck, make sure that there's no fuel leaks, and then we'll turn it on. Well, that's it for this video. We don't want to make it too long. We were gonna do the valve cover in this one and the serpentine belts, and also we still need to clean the throttle body, but the throttle body rebuild kit is still not here. But I think we're gonna do the valve cover, serpentine belts, and the throttle body in the next video. So make sure to follow us on Instagram at @yonke_oxcfilms. I'll leave that in the description down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.